Alright, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Shadowrun Returns, here on my channel, Idle Wisdom. We are here again back at the Seamstress's Union. Last episode, Merrick here had assisted What's-Her-Face, or cooperated with Shannon Half-Sky in their investigation there at the NTSB warehouse on a return trip at night, where Shannon was going to, or she performed a shamanistic ritual to commune with the spirits of the dead and find out what had happened the night of her brother's murder. And it turns out he was indeed killed by an elf, a elf, and a, somewhat mutilated cybered up troll, it seems. But there was also a strange otherly presence there that is just kind of terrifying. But Shannon is going to see about getting some of her shaman friends to do a ritual to see what they can find out from this information. And Merrick has a blood sample from the crime scene, other than her brother's, one or the other, either maybe the elf, maybe the troll, and he's going to try to use some more, this worldly methods to see if they can figure out whose blood it is. But he's back. It's the early morning. The bar is deserted except for a bunch of janitors. So let's take a look. Mrs. Kubota's in the back. Oh, okay, thanks. Oh, let's see what the ticker says. We'll wait until it goes. That's kind of cool. He's starting to become a regular here. That the janitors even. Oh yeah, boss lady's in the back. These are the real janitors, not Johnny Clean. Okay, let's see. It says, unconfirmed Ripper killing. An unnamed NTSB worker was found dead at the Bureau's West Seattle warehouse. Lone Star remained silent. Not terribly helpful, but we know more than that, so. Hey, I just swept there. Oh, sorry, dude. I guess our shoes are dirty. Oh, there's the crew. Looks like Coyote. Gathered around the intimate back bar, Mrs. Kubota and her coterie gather for breakfast, with the lady herself doing the cooking. The smell of soy calf and something resembling sausages fills the room. Yes, something resembling sausages, because remember, she's a vegetarian. She doesn't eat meat. So, I mean, maybe she's cooking for them and not for herself, or maybe they're like, like vegan meat. What's in these sausages? The little predator, what's her face? Cherry Bomb's like, ew. So I'm a carnivore. Let's talk to Mr. Cluey. Evening, sir. It's actually early morning, but whatever. What's the word around town, Mr. Cluey? There's been more talk about the Ripper killings. Some people are saying they're hate crimes on account of the victims all being human. Huh. Well, that is true, huh? Yeah, as far as we know, at least all the ones we've seen, and maybe the others too, they've all been humans. Yeah, Sam was a human. The blind Lucy was a human. The Shannon's brother's a human. And apparently the others were humans as well. And what if I told you the prime suspects were an elf and a troll? I mean, we're not humans. Still doesn't mean the killings are racially motivated. People are just too quick to label something a hate crime. Check the census. The city is still 66% humans. Close your eyes and throw a rock, you're more than likely to hit a human. Doesn't make it a hate crime. Still a crime, though, and that should be enough. Yeah, that's good reasoning. Exactly. If the majority population is human, then there's a very good chance that humans are going to be able to be the victims of said crimes, even if it's not based upon any racial consideration. This is the first real rise you've seen out of Mr. Cluey, but he reins himself in with a roll of his thick shoulders and the smoothing of his jacket. Don't worry, not gonna start throwing rocks. Wouldn't want to reinforce the stereotype. I'll leave you to your business, sir. Well, like I said, Merrick is a dwarf, and he is not, that wasn't his point of view either. In fact, he, for some reason, for all his vaunted intellectualism, he hadn't really thought about the fact that they were all humans. Huh, interesting. Yep, there's Coyote. Let's talk to Mrs. Kubota. Ohio, would you like some... She stops. Forgive me, Omai, but you look like hell. I've been working, Mrs. Kubota. She looks you over, noting the signs of your nocturnal activities. She nods. Any run you can walk away from is a good run. Helps when the other team doesn't walk away. Yeah, we were thinking about that. It might have been better if we could have let them go, but yeah. We weren't really there to get the other team. We were both just it was a unfortunate coincidence. I agree. Good to be back in one piece. It is good to have you back. I can tell you have been busy, and I can see by the look on your face if there is something you need. Is this about the Ripper? Yep, I found some DNA evidence and need help analyzing it. Well, that is excellent. I will unlock the piano so that you may go downstairs. I'm certain someone in the safe house will be able to help you if they are awake. It is likely that you will visit the Matrix before the day is done. May I take a sausage? Take the whole plate. Ah, thanks. Thanks, Miss Kubota. You's a doll. It's like, what's with the accent there? Oh, what, love? She's like, give it up. Alright. Thank you. Alright, see y'all later. New location. Well, these soy sausages aren't so bad. I mean, these aren't too bad, actually. I mean, no absolute replacement for the real thing, but, they fill the stomach and are well seasoned. You've been doing a lot of legwork on this job, but it's going to require a trip to cyberspace and back to ID the Ripper, the Matrix, the cybernetic analog of Inside the Grid, the worldwide computer network, a digital world, information brought to life. Inside cyberspace, your avatar does all the work while your meat body's left behind. All around your avatar are pathways to other nodes filled with data, IC, counter-intrusion programs, and other jacked-in runners. That's intrusion countermeasure, I guess. Cyberspace has as many dangers as the meat world, and more. Locked doors, security countermeasures, and black ice that can fry a Decker's brain. Every movement you make in the Matrix can be tracked if you aren't careful. Get shocked out and your brain gets fuzzy for a bit. Get hit by an enemy Decker and you can die. I guess they can turn your own deck and or implants kind of against you to damage your brain and or your cyberware. It's kind of scary. And here we are in the safe house with the familiar safe house song. So check out our stash. Got a couple of grenades in here. Yeah, we lost those other grenades. I guess we didn't need them. Oh well, whatever. Who cares? Who cares? We didn't use any of our healing items, which is good. There's Johnny Clean and David Fry Jr. Hey, what's going on, y'all? Morning. You look like you've been up all night. You look like you've seen some action, too. Can either of you do a DNA analysis on a blood sample? Doc Castle's equipment isn't really set up for that. And he considers for a moment. However, I could employ a semiconductor chip. It could decode DNA using a voltage change instead of light. That would eliminate the use of highly expensive equipment that would be required otherwise. Really? He brightens. I just read a journal about it, so the information's still fresh. Frankly, it should be easy. What do you want to know about it? Okay. I want to know the owner's identity. Ah, that's beyond me. All I can get you is the gene code sequence. That's where I come. David, if you can get me that code sequence, I'm pretty sure we can track its owner down via a matrix run. Will do. Let me have the DNA you want to test. Let's give Fry the blood sample. Merrick, when David gives me the sequence, I'll jack in and help you trace the blood sample back to its source. Alright. If this works, I'll bring back more than just a sample. Whose blood is it? Could be the Emerald City Ripper. No drag! Well, he turns to Johnny, excited. Wake up, Johnny boy! We've got work to do, and Merrick, if you need any gear, I'll be right here. I just got a second wind. Meet you at my rig, Merrick. They're all excited. Woohoo! We got some karma. Let's talk to David Fry right quick. Need some hardware. We don't need anything, but let's just see. Look here. So here's Cyberdecks. So there's better and better Cyberdecks you can buy. You can see how they start with the number of programs they can pull. It's kind of like how many spells you can have as a mage or shaman. The ESPs, I think, and I'm not sure about this, I think that means the number of like little NPC program party members you can generate to fight with you, which is pretty cool. So, and then the evasion, your evasion skills, and the number of the IP, which is like, I think that's your hit points. And then how much AP your avatar will have. And then here's what skill is needed. You know, this requires they all require a data jack. This requires decking level 1, level 3, level 5. Sony. Oh, interesting, Sony. A real company. Interesting. Renraku. The Sony CTY 360, the Renraku Craftwork 1, and the Fuji Virtua X. And here's like the consumables. You can use these as consumable items. They can do various things. Pretty useful. And here's your programs. Basically, your spells as a, if you like, as a decker. But let's go. We don't need this. We are not a decker. Thank you, brother. Oh, there's what's-his-face, Van Gra. I think we have something for him. Hey, brother. Got something for you. Was hoping to get some peace and quiet tonight. Got something for me? I've got a flight recorder. Wouldn't happen to be an Ares flight recorder, would it? Some very powerful buyers are looking for that right now. I can get rid of it for you for, say, 20%. That leaves 20,000 for you. I mean, 2,000 for you, sorry. Now, if we had some corporate etiquette, we could get more, but yeah, we're fine. Deal. Pleasure doing business. Alright, thank you, brother. That is very helpful. What's his face? The elf, Algernon, is not here at his desk. Then again, neither are the other people. There's Johnny Clean. Alright, let's go talk to Johnny Clean. Here's the places you can log in. Thanks to the semiconductor-based gene sequencing that David employed, we should have the information we need to track the Ripper in the Matrix. I'm really impressed with his results, considering it was his first attempt. He was utilizing an unproven technique he'd read about in a science journal, and he was working from memory on minimal sleep. Well, that sounds fascinating. There's a time later. Maybe you can tell me more about it. Yes! Maybe we can sit down with David and he can share his research. But let's stay focused. See, they're all a bunch of nerds. Merrick, Johnny Clean, and David Fry are all nerds, so they're like nerding out. Even that's not his field, it's just interesting stuff. He's the intelligent lay reader or, person. So Merrick has learned how to learn in an intellectual academic setting. So yes, he's best at his hermetic magic. But, his education wasn't just magic. He went to university, so he's learned the basics of a lot of subjects. But he's also learned how to focus and do more focused learning on more advanced topics. And that gives him a practice and kind of an insight into how to appreciate the the other disciplines and appreciate the sort of effort that goes into their work, their research, as well as to kind of, follow arguments and stuff like that. Yeah, but let's continue. Let's stay focused, as he said. Here's what I'm thinking. We hit the Lone Star DNA database to see if our donor has a prior criminal record. They have extensive DNA archives. Then we go hunting based on what we find. Let's hit the decks and jack into the Matrix. I can get into their private grid easily, but I've got to warn you, once we're in, it could be a little rough. How much decking experience have you had? So, we have none. So decking 0, no experience. What now? Now, maybe you are not a decker, but you do just you gave your character a data jack, and you have a deck. You can do that. I mean, if you're a rigger, I would probably think that would be a useful thing, because you need a data jack, I think, anyways, to be a rigger. So you could now, or if you're, I know my way around the Matrix, which would probably be pretty easy if you were sort of focusing on both being kind of maybe focusing on fighting and being a decker, or maybe you've really gone all in on being a decker. I'm pretty damn good. No Johnny Clean, but I might be, Fabuloso Francisco. No experience. What now? I have a Trode net here. It's a headband you wear that allows you to piggyback me in the Matrix. You'll see and hear everything I do. Okay. So, we're going to be following Johnny Clean. Now, I don't know if... I've never done this as a decker. Do you actually get to play alongside, have your character alongside Johnny Clean in the Matrix? That would be cool, but I don't know. Okay, so, he has his deck. He has a Renraku Craftwork. That's that second tier deck, so pretty good. His programs Killer, powerful attack program directed at one target doing 75 IP damage. Medic, heal yourself or a friendly target for 40 IP. Suppression, reduces the alarm state by 4, that's good. And Sniffer, increases your chance to hit versus enemy ice and deckers by 15% for 3 rounds. And he has, for ESPs, he has creates an expert attack system program, basically a party member. So I bet you it does allow you to have your own character there with Johnny Clean. I don't know. I wonder if he has that if you are able to come as well. Let's go. We're in. Your synapses light up as you connect your consciousness to the digital world. Although you aren't jacked in like Johnny, the sensation's overwhelming and electrifying. You can only imagine the way it feels for him. It's pretty cool. This game does a pretty decent job with the Matrix. I've heard that the Super Nintendo game didn't do a very good job with it. I don't know if that's true. The Sega Genesis game did a really pretty cool job with it. The Matrix was pretty freaking amazing. Really well visualized. It was cool. You should check it out. Look for footage of it on like YouTube or something. It's worth seeing. Okay, so we have here, we're jacked in, the Renraku Craftwork is the deck. This is the alert level. We need to avoid getting it up to here. So then we have our skills, our programs, and all sorts of stuff. And here's Johnny Clean Persona. The arch will take us to the next node. Okay, Lone Star Data Store. The data store ahead is defended by some intrusion countermeasures. Okay, I think we can use... Let's actually use our... I think this will last with us if we keep it alive. Let's give it a whirl. An attack program. Whose turn is it? Line of sight blocked. The Sentry Ice. Oh, good hit. Oh, you missed. What's it doing? shield, all damage, incoming damage minus 25 on that little dude. Okay, Johnny Clean, you need to tap. Good, good. Down it goes. Attack! Nice. How you miss? Good, good. Oh, see, the shield spell is, or shield thing is, defending it. Oh, that was a good hit. Aha, it missed. Phew. Johnny, come on, hit your targets. Good, good. The ice is down. Let's see if there's a match for this fingerprint. Lone Star Data Store. Oh wait, no. Hacked. Oh well. Oh, he's hacking it via his program. Lone Star Database. DNA match found. 100% match. Arrest records database. Subject Silas Forsberg. Status deceased. Profession chop shop surgical assistant. Priors breaking and entering 2 counts. Public indecency 1 count. Brought in for questioning on accusations of unlicensed plastic surgery. No charges were filed. That's weird. 100% match to the dead man? Let's keep on looking. Alright, well, then let's go. Let's go over here. I don't know which way to go first, but we have contact. Let's get into cover. Oh, I shouldn't have gone right there. Oh well. Uh-oh. Newsnet archive. Oh, crap. Johnny. Run away! There we are. Very good. Can you come through? Uh-oh. Okay, that was a bad move on my part. Okay, this one is defended. Yeah, so let's attack this one. Very good. Very good. Nice. I've got 2 more hits on the name Silas Forsberg. Very good. Let's see, anywhere else in this area? Nope. Alright, you just stay right there. Let's actually use a skill. We'll use suppression. See, the alarm state is slowly creeping up. Oh, maybe I can't right now? Oh well. Well, if we can't now. Oh well. We'll do it later. Newsnet archive. Newsnet 1. Return on subject. Silas Forsberg. The body of Silas Forsberg, a chop shop surgical assistant, was found in an apartment in Snohomish earlier this week. The body had been there for as long as a month when Forsberg's landlord noticed a rancid smell and contacted authorities. Lone Star representatives have issued a statement saying Forsberg's death has been ruled a suicide. According to reports, his body, a mass of puncture wounds, and the cause of death was determined to be an overdose of anti-stress medications and sedatives. The man's employer claims he was a dedicated employee, though he suffered from bouts of depression. Forsberg's next of kin could not be located, but the attorney appointed to his estate has located a will written weeks prior, leaving all of his belongings to his psychiatrist. Well, that's suspicious. The identity of the psychiatrist has not been released due to privacy concerns. Yet another sad end to a life, as is far too common here in the sprawl. Now that might be something we can go on. Let's regroup and meet space for a bit. Alright, I think we have to go back this way. Oh darn it, we used up the ding. Our thing. Oh, I'm stupid. I forgot. So here's what we know. Our DNA evidence belongs to a dead man whose death was never explained. He worked with chop shops, which fits with the living guy that you've met. Have we met them? Met him? The Newsnet says he left his estate to his psychiatrist. Maybe finding out who his psychiatrist was will give us our next clue. My gut says we can deck into the medical board's records and reverse trace to find the doctor. You in? Give me a minute to collect my thoughts. Oh, he has another one. Or maybe he got it. Well, whatever. Let's go. Maybe he got it. Here we are again. Okay. Well, that was dumb. Oh, wow. Look, this network is not nearly as alert as the Lone Star one. Uh-oh. White Sparky. Should we use our little dealie again? Maybe so, right? Why not, right? Smoke him if you got him. I'll never know what hit him. Got him. Medical Board 1. Hacked patient records. Searching medical records. Silas Forsberg. Medical records file for Silas Forsberg located. Right, 2020 to 2023. No, 2020 to 2030. Sorry. I can almost read. Pediatric record partial. One partial pediatrician's entry stands out from the rest. Child suffers from a chronic depression and social anxiety, most likely caused by his physical abnormalities. We've seen many cases like this recently, with the outbreak of changeling children being born. With the aberrant physiology we're seeing, there is no telling what sort of brain functions are affected. Prescribed a series of sedatives last year that seemed to have no effect, upping the dosage. Okay, how about 2030 to 2040? So he's probably a metahuman of some sort, which makes sense since our suspected targets are an elf and a troll. Data missing or corrupted. Contact your administrator for help. 2030 to 2040, nothing. How about 2040 to present? The file is quite large and takes well over an hour to read through. The final entry, however, is the most significant. It is written by a Dr. Henry Holmes. Silas has overcome significant mental disorders and no longer goes through periods of violent episodes. Latest medications have proven especially effective, but I believe that being treated by another elf has significantly impacted his treatment. So Silas is an elf. Unfortunately, my efforts to maintain an emotional boundary with him have proven challenging. He has bonded to me in an unhealthy and frankly an unnerving way. His hero worship exhibits itself in the form of mimic speech patterns and adopting my dress. For this reason and for the health of the patient, I am assigning another doctor to his case. I will inform him at his next session. Yeah, I'm sure that went well. Got a new name, Dr. Holmes? Let's keep going and find out where he works. Watch out, that's black ice. It could fry us and kill us or something. Oh, there it is. Black ice. Maybe it's a good thing we brought that attack program. Those others are white ice. Oh geez. Whew. Good thing we're behind cover. Or Johnny Clean is anyways. Ah, I missed. Oh well, whatever. Do we have any skills that would be good? How about chance to hit? Sniffer. Boost up our attack program. Accuracy up 15%. Ooh, nice hit. Uh-oh, no. Whew! Got him. Yeah. Hacked employment records. Employment records located. Henry Hollings Holmes, MD, PhD. Henry Hollings Holmes. His parents loved alliteration. Check in current employment status. Current employment status. Dr. Henry Holmes currently holds the position of Chief Psychiatrist and Administrator at Mercy Mental Hospital, Snohomish, Washington, UCAS. Okay. How about his previous employers? Previous employers from 2045 to 2054, Psychiatrist in Residence at Mercy Mental Hospital. 2040 to 2045, Attending Psychiatrist at Mercy Mental Hospital. And 2030 to 2040, Private Practice. So he's had a little bit of private practice, and then he's just been working at the Mercy Mental Hospital ever since he started being there as an attending psychiatrist in 2040. So for at least, what, like about 15 years? Alright. Bingo, back to meat space again. Out we go. Johnny Clean makes a clean getaway, as is his wont. Reality is, at the end of the day, contextual, and as the meat's world comes back into focus, your head once again tries to settle on which world is the real one. While the philosophical question lingers, your meat body demands food and drink. You disconnect from your deck to find that the Union safe house has risen. Oh wow. Let's actually save. Alright, cool. Well, we can go around and talk to people. There's TV Gruberman. Let's see what he has to say for himself. Oh, get this side of the house, dude. Despite the hour, Buster is fastidiously put together in another wrinkle-free suit. He shows every indication that he's been up for hours, sunk to his elbows in dozens of crates, each containing objects of sinister matte black, hidden beneath curls of straw-colored packing foam. The foam flies about as he inventories the shipment, clinging to every surface except for Buster's immaculate suit. Huh. Just in time. I've got a whole slew of new toys in from a supplier back east. Factory fresh and still smelling of their mother's gun oil. Maybe there's something in this batch that you'd be interested in. How long have you been in the trade, Buster? Well, let's see here. I left Cal Free on July 8th, 2038 at 6:13 in the morning. It was a Thursday. From there, I wandered a bit, applied my skills as a merc in half a dozen different wars, official or otherwise. Never did take to running the shadows like some of the boys I knew. Too subtle for my taste, I suppose. Surely there was no shortage of full-scale engagements to be had, so I didn't want for work. Might still be doing that today if I hadn't lost the arm. The replacement looks up to the task. What, this here? No, this is a more recent upgrade, thanks to Doc Castle over there. For a good while I was sporting something a good deal clunkier. I kept the old one back there as a reminder. It was also stupid. Some Azzies were lobbing smokers behind our lines, more to mess with us than anything. I decided to toss one back, and didn't just figure that the one I grabbed ain't a smoker. Is Azzy from like Az Technology maybe? I got it off, but only just barely. Shredded my old arm, but good. Got plenty of other scars to remember the moment as well, but the arm was the big one. So take a word of advice from old soldier. Be sure you're never holding a grenade in one hand unless you just pulled the pin with the other. It's good advice. Now, if I haven't given you reason to doubt my professional competence, how about we talk turkey? What can I get for you? Let's just take a quick. Let's see. Ah, there's the Ares Predator right there. The most, iconic gun from this game series, probably. Browning Max Power. I think that's the one that What's-Her-Face Coyote had bought when she went to go raid there in the Royale. Some more. The Colt Cobra, the Ingram Smart Gun, the Remington 990 Mossberg. Better rifles. Oh, look at the melee weapons. Baseball bat, machete, katana, and axe. With my axe! That would be cool. Play a dwarf with an axe. But that's not us. That ain't me. Let's see. Alright, cool. Well, we're done. Thanks, dude. Let's talk to this dude, Eric Messerman. His name, Mersman. There's a cockroach in my eggs. That's the protein boost. Dude, for real. I'll have the pancakes. Yeah, I think so. Need some new armor? Hey, guy. Let's see. What do we have? We have the thaumaturgic armor. Looks like he's gotten a new shipment of armor. Secure ninja, stealth suit, kunai ninja suit. Oh, look at that. Throwing weapons +1, movement +1, armor +4. That's pretty good. The urban mystic outfit. Az Technology. Made clothing for street mages. Grants willpower +1 and spellcasting +1. That's quite good, that is. There's something for shamans. Milsec flight suit. Golden boy. First Nations armor. Oh, from Canada. Or from the Canadian part, probably, of the Native American lands. Because, the tribes there are called First Nations, as opposed to here where they're called Native Americans. Sorry for hitting my microphone. The alley mage outfit. Mage wear for those that live in the streets. That kind of seems cool, but the Ganger mask. That's just like, haha, death to all that has form. Refurbished UCS shot gear. That'd probably be good. I think we're going to take the Urban Mystic outfit. That is really good. Willpower +1, spellcasting +1, and armor +4. Confirm. Yes. Actually, why don't we... Okay, in stash. Okay, yes, let's... Correct. Confirm. Can we sell things to him? Maybe I should just... no, we're fine. Let's go to our... Oh, we have 24 karma points. Wow, that's quite good, that is. Did I not buy the armor? Crap. Did it go to my stash or did I not buy it? Ugh, how stupid. Hopefully I'm not so dumb as I didn't buy it. Shh, still sleeping in there. Yeah, whatever, dude. Well, oh, here it is. No, I did buy it. Oh, I'm blind. There we are. Ah, that looks better. Quite a bit better, in fact. You look actually kind of cool now. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Shh. Where's Dr. Castle? Let's talk to her. Hey, Doc. Just one glance is all you need to tell that the good Doc is exhausted. Her crumpled scrubs are stained with a mix of blood and other fluids too colorful to be naturally occurring in the human body. Her eyes are those of a person who has built up a substantial sleep debt and has no idea when or how to begin paying it off. Oh, that's a familiar feeling, actually. I'm not one to talk, but you look like Drek. Afraid there isn't much I can do for that. Dr. Castle snaps her fingers and calls forth the spirit normally seen perched on her shoulder. It appears from out of the ether, and the doctor immediately seems less fatigued as she was a moment before. Now, what can I do for you? Everything all right here, Doc? Here at the Union? Yes, fine. I'm just getting back myself. Days here tend to be slow, so I volunteer at a medical center on the other side of Touristville. I had a rough shift. I imagine most shifts in the Barrens are rough ones. By any measure, yes, they are, but today was especially difficult. I didn't hear all the details. All I really know is what came in on the lips of the victims healthy enough to still speak. Apparently, one of the Baron's gangs incurred the wrath of the local Silpa rings, leading to a rolling shootout through the city streets. Several bystanders were injured. That's just great. I don't know what a Silpa ring is. Now, Seoul, does that like Seoul, South Korea? Is that something to do with Korean? But I don't know. I'll have to check it out. But the real mess didn't begin until the party crashed into the yard of an old industrial plant out on Union Hill Road. They woke up some sort of toxic spirit, which then began running amok, causing easily as much damage as the initial battle. And we were left to pick up the pieces, of course. But enough about my troubles, let's hear about yours. Tell me what ails you. We're good. Now let's check out medical supplies. What does she have? She now has advanced med kits. Let's get one of these. Another one. Yes. Sell that armor. I'll sell these grenades. Or should we keep them? Yeah, we'll keep them. Can give them to some of our team members, maybe. Alright, cool. Thanks, Doc. Yo. And then let's go talk to Algernon. Algernon looks the same as always. So much that one may wonder if he ever takes time to eat or sleep. Perhaps his presence on this plane of existence is insubstantial enough that he isn't subject to such base needs. Or perhaps he does these things when no one is looking. That's my theory. Elves are good at show, but do they have much substance? Who can know? Now, I actually really love elves, but we're playing a dwarf, so while he's not a closed-minded dwarf, he, still is a dwarf. Dark clouds surround you, my friend, but perhaps there is something I could provide that would help with whatever weighs so heavily upon you. What's new in the world of magic, Algernon? The spirits are stirring. Something has upset the natural order. There is something new, different. We did hear about something other from the spirits at the NTSB warehouse. I wonder if that's connected. I've seen some sick Drek lately. Might be what you mean. Algernon takes a hard look at you for what may be the first time, but this is the hard look of a magician, whose eyes pierce the veil of reality and burrow through a man's soul. I can see that you have met with disturbing visions. But there is something else out there, something not born of life, as other spirits are. Something other. Shaking his head, Algernon opens his clasped hands to you, as if begging forgiveness. Too often this world leaves us confounded. I pray I have not left you in such a state with my dire musings. Please, can I be of service to you today? Let's see what you got. Now, let's see what... Here's the spells that, you know, okay, let's... Spells. Ball Lightning, look at that. Requires 3 AP to cast it. I don't know if we have 3 AP yet. Damage 15, AoE 2, that's quite cool. Mana Ball 2. Stun Ball, Blindness. Target is blinded and cannot see or attack targets. Fireball. Fireball, Fireball. A fire explosion that also does ongoing 10 hit points for 1 round. Oh wow. Should we get that? Oh, there's armor plus 2. Armor 2. Let's buy that. Let's get Fireball, and then we'll get Mana Bolt 2. 12, and it ignores armor. Let's do it. Yeah, confirm. Did I? No, I don't want... What am I doing? Why am I equipped... Oh, I equipped that again. Dang busted. Okay. Flamethrower 1. Armor 1. Mana Bolt. Lightning. Alright, let's... Actually, let's just remove everything. Spells. Let's equip our healing spell, our armor 2 spell, our lightning bolt spell, our firebolt spell, and our mana bolt spell. Mana bolt 2. Now we've gotten rid of flamethrower, mana bolt 1, and armor 1. Good. I wonder if we should have a more support spells. Oh well, maybe when we get another slot. Although we could get another slot right now. Confirm. Let's do that. Spend Karma. Willpower. And then spell casting. Confirm. What is this? Ley lines. Oh, ley lines invisible through the fog of war. Ooh, cool. Let's just up willpower again. We won't be able to do this right now, but it's fine. There, that leaves us 5 points. We really want to lean into our mage dumb, if you like. And even if you don't, there, now we can equip another spell. So let's talk to Algernon again. See what we got. Now let's go to buy. Let's look for this aim spell. I think that might be good. So we hit better. Yes. Good. Confirm. Excellent. Alright. Well, that took a bit of time. I'll probably edit some of that out. I don't know how long this episode's going to go on, so let's talk to David Fry Jr. Like, oh, he changed clothes. David looks almost as tired as you do. You can tell that the case has gotten under his skin like it has yours. Any luck in there? We found an exact match for the DNA, but it was linked to a dead shop assistant by the name of Silas Forsberg. Now I have my theories, but what do you think is going on here, Merrick? Alright, so Silas must have had an identical twin brother. Maybe Silas faked his death, or the DNA evidence doesn't belong to the killer. Okay, so let's see. Identical twin brother. Do twins have the same DNA? I know they're not supposed to have the same fingerprints, right? And we did have a fingerprint of the blood, I think it said. So that's probably not it. He faked his death? That would be a rather intricate thing to do, right? After all, if it's his, or the DNA evidence doesn't belong to the killer. But we found the blood at the site of the killing, and it wasn't from Shannon's brother. So I don't think that's correct. I don't think that's correct. So maybe he did fake his death. We heard some weird things. That's a distinct possibility. What was it that we saw in the autopsy report? Okay, his face was so mangled that they had to use dental records to identify him, or he was killed by sedatives, but the coroner thought he had ripped his own face off, or simple suicide, he killed himself with a drug overdose. Now we do know that did we hear that his face was mangled? I'm not sure. Or he was killed by overdosing by sedatives, but the coroner thought he had ripped his own face off? I don't know. Do you remember? Huh. Did we hear that he was so mangled? The autopsy report said that he suicide with a drug overdose. The coroner seemed to think so, but their reports weren't very thorough. They usually aren't when a family member isn't around to pay for the work. And remember, they couldn't find the next of kin. I definitely don't think that the report told the whole story. They matched the identity by the dental records, right? Not the most reliable. It matches up with something I've seen runners try. It's easy enough to find a body shop that'll make a replica set of teeth for you. Find some schlub off the street no one will miss. Swap the teeth and throw the heat off your trail for a while. Lucky I've never been that desperate. That sounds terrible. One of my sisters used to work for a brief bit of time for a guy who made teeth for people who were getting teeth implants, replacement teeth, and they would get molds of the jaw and the teeth, the face to work from. It was an interesting thing, she said. But why would he need to go to those lengths? Did the police records have something linking him to a different crime? We had a corporation gunning for him maybe, or probably got in over his head on loans, chop shop assistance, doesn't pay very well. He had a prior for unlicensed plastic surgery, that is correct. True, wouldn't look too good on someone's record if they wanted to become a doctor. I think this is beginning to come together. The late Silas left all his belongings to a doctor, his psychiatrist, Dr. Holmes. Employment records have him as the administrator of Mercy Mental, and the picture on this file matches the person you saw downtown, the same person that the DNA belongs to. All evidence points to him as being your killer, whoever he is in reality. Well, I guess I should go find this Dr. Holmes and ask him some very pointed questions. Please, pay him my respects. Johnny gave us some money. I've always found that high caliber rounds get the message across. You should clearly hire some friends to go loaded for bear. I side-loaded a ton of valuable data from those Lone Star Matrix nodes, so here's your cut. He was doing some business on the side. Obviously he's not coming. I'll see you later. Well, that was it, huh? Man, Merrick wasn't too much help in the after action review, but I don't remember them saying that his face was gone or that they only recognized him by his dental records, but maybe I'm forgetting. Merrick's tired after all. And me, it's been a long week. But yeah, so, alright, cool. Well, that is that, as they say. And, oh, there's Mr. Delilah. Change the damn channel. After my soaps are over. Ah, brother, you watching soap operas? Change the damn channel. After my soaps are over. Okay, well, there's an orc or a troll arguing with a dwarf. That's a discussion that's going to go nowhere. But, on that note, I'm going to say thank you for joining me for this episode of my Let's Play of Shadowrun Returns here on my channel, Idleness. I would have gone and done all this stuff after we finished this discussion, but I thought we were going to be going back in there again for some reason. I didn't realize, and I didn't know if we were going to have a chance to talk to the merchants again, but you know, whatever. But yeah, so that was pretty good. We've got a possible ID on our target, Dr. Henry Housing Holmes or Henry Horatio Holmes or whatever his name is, Triple H. Old Triple H may or may not be our suspect, but he's definitely the best lead we have. So we're going to be going to Mercy Mental Hospital. So that should be totally good and not violent or creepy. But if you're enjoying this playthrough and you like this episode, give the video a like. And if you have any thoughts, any recommendations, any observations, if you have any opinions about the way the Matrix is presented in this game versus the older games or the tabletop game, yeah, let me know. Did you play the Super Nintendo or the Sega Genesis game? How did you like the Matrix in those games? I thought it was cool in the Genesis game or the Mega Drive game, if you like. I don't even know. Was Shadowrun released in, like, say, Europe or in, like, Australia and places like that where they had the Mega Drive? I don't even know. But yeah, so if you have any thoughts, leave a comment, and if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, I'd ask that you consider doing so. I appreciate it a lot. So take care, y'all.